Hi guys, this is BearThatCares, and today I've got a guide for you to show you how to use Pathfinder, how to map wormholes, and how to update signatures in a corporation environment. So we're going to go ahead and get down to business here. We're going to undock, we're going to check our probe scanner like we just logged on for the first time today. We're going to load up Pathfinder in our browser, extend it a little bit because we couldn't see it. We're going to select the system we're in, which is codenamed Genesis, and look at what signatures are there. These signatures haven't been updated in a little while, so we're going to go ahead and CTRL-A to select everything in our probe scanner. Go to the signature reader, CTRL-V to paste, and do a lazy delete. What this is going to do is update the signatures in the signature reader and delete all the old ones. So now we've got a perfect signature window, and we've got 4 new signatures that we want to scan. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and start scanning MBV. You'll have to bear with me. This is an alpha tune. They don't have much SP, so my scanning's a little bit slow here. So let's knock this thing out. Alright, so we've got MBV scanned. It's an unstable wormhole that's fully scanned. We're going to CTRL-C it and CTRL-V to paste it into the signature window here, and you can see at the very bottom there it's updated to a wormhole signature. We're going to go ahead and unhide the other 3 unscanned signatures and finish scanning those before we start looking at warping to the wormholes or bookmarking anything yet, because we just want to make sure we're done scanning first. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. It's very important that as you find each signature, so I found a gas site there, you add it to Pathfinder. This is very helpful when you're doing collaborative scanning and have 3 or 4 people scanning in the same system. You just don't want to duplicate work. Alright, so as you can see here, we've scanned all 3 signatures in our probe scanner. There's another gas site, but we don't really care about that right now. We just want to map the wormholes. We're going to paste it back into Pathfinder, make sure there's no surprises, no new anything. Now we're going to go back and ignore the excess signatures and start warping to these wormholes so that we can bookmark and map them. Alright, so we're landing. We're going to go ahead and immediately check the type of the wormhole. It's a K162 to unknown space. The mass is fine, the lifetime is fine, so we're just going to go ahead and update that in Pathfinder under the type section to say what type of wormhole it is. Now we're going to create a bookmark, a placeholder bookmark. It's going to have the signature, the class, and the destination. So we don't know the class and destination here. There's going to be question marks, but we do know the signature, so we're just going to add those bookmarks. Now we're going to do the same thing for every wormhole that we have scanned. It's extremely important that you make these bookmarks before you start jumping through so that members of your corporation know where they are. If there's a target in them, you want the bookmark down. That way you don't have to come back through. And we'll show you how that you can update the wormhole on the other side without even coming back. Alright, so we've got all our wormholes bookmarked. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and start going through the first one. It's the C3 that I bookmarked a little earlier. I'm going to open and edit the bookmark I made before I go through. This will allow me to update the location on the other side. Make sure you make these placeholder bookmarks before, otherwise you won't be able to do this. So it goes through 509. I can see that in the last 3 digits, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. The other side is updated. Now I'm going to make my bookmark back, which is Genesis. Normally you would add the signature at the start, but for now I don't know it, and I'll fill it out later. Now we have the C3 automatically mapped on Pathfinder, and we need to tell Pathfinder what signature we jump through that goes there. That way when we auto paste later, it'll save us some time. Now I'm just going to do that for the rest of the wormholes that I've bookmarked in Genesis. You want to make sure that you map everything before going one level deeper and starting to scan out those chains. This will allow your corpmates to help you scan so that you can maybe have 3 or 4 people out in different wormholes scanning. Now you can see that we're done scanning. We have 3 signatures in our Pathfinder. Now it's time to start actually going on and scanning these wormholes. We're going to go one level deeper into the chain and start mapping these new connections. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in the wormhole, do a D-scan, and look around. The first thing you want to do is update the signatures in the wormhole you just jumped into, like so. That way you can start scanning them and updating them as you scan them. One other thing that I like to do while I scan is I'm looking for a structure right now. Can't quite find one. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to warp to the planet close to that structure and D-scan for it. Now you can see I found it on D-scan. I'm going to paste it in the Intel window of Pathfinder. Now I'm going to show info on it and look for the corporation. Then you can place that corporation in the owner section, and now we know who lives there forever. When we run into this wormhole again, we'll be able to look that up and maybe get a fight out of them or something. Now that you know the basic fundamentals, you're just going to be able to repeat that for every wormhole that you find. It's the same as you go deeper in the chain. You scan out the wormhole, you map the signatures, you update the bookmarks, you map the bookmarks, and then boom, you've got more connections. This is something we do thousands of times a month, and it's just part of wormhole life. So make sure you do it right. If you don't do it right, you're going to get people killed, you're going to get killed yourself, and it's just not going to be a fun time. But I hope this video helped you in understanding the basics, and if you have any questions, feel free to mail me in game.